Well, very good morning, guys. Yeah, last day we just been tried this. Yeah, we just want to configure for the Google and the Facebook authentications, right? And see, for all you want to configure for Google and Facebook authentication, what did I say? We just added the two buttons there. When you click on the Google, it has to log in by using Google. When you click on the Facebook, it has to log in by using the Facebook. But if you want this functionality to work, you should enable that feature first. So how to do that? Our application should be registered under the Google or Facebook now. Our application should be registered under the Google or the Facebook first. So how do we register? Say, to register your application in Google or Facebook, okay. So last day I created the login page for you. One side we have NIT login option, another side we have Google or Facebook login options. And now what you just want to do is register application in Google. So let's start with Google first. How to register? There is a site called console.cloud.google.com. Okay, so log in into that first. Open that. Console.cloud.google.com. Guys, log in with your account. Just log in with your account. Basically, already I have an application already. What I just had there. In my old batch, I registered an application there. Well, just a minute. It's a dashboard. Just a second. Okay. Come on, guys. See the process. Open console.cloud.google.com. Sign in with your Gmail account. Okay, sign in with your Gmail account. And once you log in here by using your Gmail account here you'll be having an option for creating a new project. You'll be having an option to create a new project. So now click on the create project option. Option will be there. Just click on that. Okay, new project or create project, anything you like. Give a name to your project. Give a name to your project. I'll give the name as MVC Customer Management. Some name you like. MVC Customer Management is the application name what I'm using. And just click on the create button. Click on the create button. No need to enter any locations or anything. Just project name MVC Customer Management. Create. Yeah, guys. This is an app dashboard. Basically, it will show you. Here it is showing you, see now, MVC Customer Management. Earlier, we'll find a create button. If you have multiple projects, it will show you the list of all the projects. Actually, I have a old project called NIT Customer Management. I deleted it right now. And now I created your MVC customer management. Okay. So fine. So this is the application what we have. Now, after creating this, after creating the project, what is the next step? Okay. NIT customer create button and creates a new project. Now go to navigation menu, which is present in the left-hand side. So in the left-hand side of your browser, yeah, this is a navigation menu. This is a navigation menu. In that, you are required to select the option APIs and services and enable API. Yeah, you're required to select API and services. And here, you choose the libraries. Choose the libraries here. Okay, libraries. We should go to the libraries. Now, in the search window, search for the library. What library? Google plus API. Google plus API. So search for it. Google plus API. Okay, Google plus API. Yeah, this is the Google plus API. Click on enable. See, Google Plus API enables developers to build on top of the Google Plus platform. Means you can just build on the top of the Google Plus, you can build your application. So we should enable it first. Okay. So that's what Google Plus API. Click on the enable button. Next. Now in the left-hand side top, we find Google Plus API. See there, we'll be finding up the Google Plus APIs here. APIs and services option will come here. Okay. Otherwise the Google Plus API, what you see here. And above it, find APIs and services. Click on it, which displays the option below. Select OAuth consent screen. You'll find an option called OAuth consent screen. Can you see that? OAuth consent screen. You should click on that. Okay. Now in the OAuth consent screen, just will find create button on the left hand side. Click on the create button. Okay, not left hand side, guys. Right hand side. Click on create. Don't select anything, just click on the create. Here it will ask you some few details: app name, support email, and all the details it will ask you. So just enter the app name. What's the app name? You're going to name for your app now. You're going to name for your particular app now. So just give that particular name. Okay. What is the name I given? MVC customer MGMT. MVC customer MGMT. Support email. Choose your email address. Okay. And now if you come below, app logo, if you want any logo, you can give it. Otherwise, not required. Scroll down to developer contact details. You'll find in the bottom developer contact details. Here also it will ask you the email. Specify your email there. Actually, this is a company customer support email account. This is a company's customer support email account. Save and continue. Developer, save and continue. Now click on credentials. Now click on the credentials in the left hand side. Credentials. Create credentials. OAuth client ID. You're required to select this option. OAuth client ID. Request user consent. So your application accesses the user's data. Actually, what you're trying to do, you're trying to develop an application so that user can log in by using a Google account. Am I correct? Now your application should access the Google data now. So the OAuth consent client ID is basically, it requests the user consent. So your application can access the user's data now. Where your user data means my application is now going to connect to Google, and from Google, I will load all your data now. I'll be loading all your data now. Okay. So that is the OAuth client ID is what you're required to select. Here it will ask you application type. In the application type, simply choose web application. Choose the web application. Name of the client. Is the name required? Yes. Yeah, give some name. Where all these things will come, I'll show you. When you run, you will understand. When you run it, when you click on the Google, it opens a window now and it asks you for the consent first. Do you want to give permissions for the application to access your data? It'll ask you. There, it'll show you this name. What's the name? An IT client. Any name you like here, no props. Okay. So that's what. Afterwards, authorized JavaScript origins. Authorized JavaScript origins. Add URL. And in the add URL, you're required to give your URL for the home page of your site. You're required to give the URL for the home page of your site. What the home page of your site here? HTTP localhost :port number. That will enough. So come here, just a minute. Run this once because we forgot the port number. So just to find out your port number also. Yeah, this is the home page of the site now. Okay, let it load meanwhile. This is the home page of the site. So come to here and enter the home page URL. The home page URL. What is the use of this? What the use of this is simple. Once the login is completed, it will bring you back to the home page. Once the Google authentication is completed, it will bring you back to the home page of the site again. Okay. What next? To get the URI of your site's home page, yeah, this is what you just how to get the URI, run it and copy it in the address bar here, no props. The one the authorized redirect URI option, click on add URI. Authorized redirect, yes, add URI. What is this? When the user clicks on Google, it has to open the Google's login screen. Am I correct? Yes or not? It has to open the Google's login screen. So how do I open the Google login screen? To open the Google login screen, the same URL what you have earlier, the same URL what you have here, and in the last, you should add this option there. What? The same URL only, but in the last, go for adding sign in Google. Means under your domain, now it will open you the Google sign in page now. It will open you the Google's sign in page. Click on create. And once it is created, it will give you two informations to you. One is client ID, client secret. Copy these two. You're required to use them in your application. Why? To tell we are registered. To tell we are registered, that is giving one unique ID and a password now. The ID and password should be used in my application. So tomorrow when I connect using this ID password, we connect to Google. Verify is the application registered on Google or not. If registered, then it will open you the Google's login screen. So user can enter the URL password and login. And once the login is finished, okay, all the details from Google will be sent back to my application. All the details will be sent back to my application. I'll show you the complete process by debugging. Meanwhile, copy this, what we call client ID. So this is for Google. Client ID. Next, client secret. Client secret is nothing but a password, guys. Client secret is the client secret password. Okay. So just click OK. We are done. We are done with this configuration process. Now let's configure with Facebook also. Let's do a configuration with Facebook. For Facebook, the site is developers.facebook.com. Yes. Developers.facebook.com. There's a page, it opens, login. Login with your Facebook account. Login with your Facebook account only. Okay. Change the password. Oh, wow. What is your password? Okay. So here also have an app already created earlier. Remove. Okay, guys. So same process again. Now you're in Facebook now. Now what you require to do is create a app. Just create a project here and here create a app. So create app. And you're creating an app to set up the Facebook login. Select this option, click on the next button. And it'll ask you the app name now. I'm using the same name, not a problem. App contact email ID. And your business contact. No need. Click on create app. I given the complete detailed step-by-step process here. Everything I given here. How to click and what. Okay. Now in the dashboard, click on the setup button under the Facebook login. Where is it? Always the bloody hell with this is. They'll be regularly changing of the options. Settings, app dashboard, click on the setup button. Saying platform, choose web. The dashboard. Settings basic. The bloody hell with this Facebook is they'll be continuously changing the UIs. So dashboard. Select the platform, URL, and all the things should be given there. My apps. How to manage use cases, permissions to set up products, configure the products required, select your product SDKs, domains, privacy policy, basic settings, app domain, with what logins and all. App type should be asked The most common use case is secured. Here, the first when you're creating an app, I selected set up Facebook login. When you select the other option here, we select the other option here. Then it asks you for the app type. Then go for none. App name. Create. Yeah, now it is correct. Okay, fine. So okay, this is what we should get like this. Fine. Then right hand side, my app, select an app type as none, app dashboard. Now in app dashboard, click on the setup button for a Facebook login. Yeah, Facebook login. Setup button for Facebook login now. Ask you what type of app, Android, iOS, or a web application. Ours is a web application. Site URL. It'll ask you for the URL of your site. What is the site URL? Same thing only. Earlier we have just used sign in hyphen Google now. Sign in hyphen Facebook. Now it is sign in hyphen Facebook. Just like we said that sign in hyphen Google, here we should say sign in hyphen Facebook and click on save. Yeah, now we have the Facebook login here in the left hand side. You'll find the option called as Facebook login in the left hand side. And there go to settings. Go to the settings. And here you will be finding a client OAuth login. All these options selected. Here you'll ask for a valid OAuth redirect URL. And the URL is the same URL only what we have earlier. The URL is the same thing what I already said to you. Same thing only. Again, one more time, copy the same and enter it here. Valid OAuth redirects URL. OAuth redirects URL. Same. Okay. Enter the value. What next? Save changes. Save changes. Now we'll find another settings on the top. Go there. Go to basic. Yeah, we'll get the app ID and app secret here. This is the details what we want. One is app ID. There is a client ID, client secret, and here we'll find app ID. And app secret. Copy them. Okay. So actually, for Google not required, but for Facebook we have a requirement here. What the requirement is privacy policy. Privacy policy. or a privacy policy. Facebook will provide you the details of the user. What details you want? Facebook is going to provide the details to you now. You are the app developer. For you, you want the client's details now. Facebook is going to provide you the details. What details you want? So basically, you cannot get all these details free of cost. You cannot get all these details free of cost. Some details are free. For some details you want to pay. Some details are free, but for some details you have to pay for them. So basically, it asks you for a privacy policy. You understand the meaning? Privacy policy means my privacy. So for that, you require to sign an agreement here. We're required to sign a agreement with Facebook about the privacy policy. About the privacy policy. How to do that? We have a website called as Privacy Policy Generator. Basically, the name of the site is termsfeed.com. Termsfeed.com. It will talk about all the privacy laws basically here. And here you open the site termsfeed.com, click on the you should click on sign in, create an account. I have an account already. So just click on the login. I think I forgot my already password again. Email or password wrong. Forgot password. So it is asking me, and it has sent me a mail now to reset the password. You just register yourself. And you should click on this option. What? Privacy Policy Generator. And here it will ask you, where will your privacy policy used? Where you want to use it? I want to use it in my website. Click on the next button. What is your website URL? What is your website URL? Give the URL of your website now. Sorry. The URL of your website. What's the website name? Specify the name of your website. MVC Customer Management. Asking you entity type, business or individual? Individual. Country. State. Next step. Now see, what kind of information do you want to collect from the users now? What kind of information you want to collect from the user? I want to collect the email address, first name and last name, phone number, address, any social profiles information, everything. All these are free, but there are some paid services. If you ask for them, it'll ask you for paying. Next. Okay. How can users contact you? In case of any questions, how can users contact you? By email. Provide your email address. If it's a Pi phone number, it will ask you for the phone number. Okay, just leave that. Next. Yeah. It'll ask you, do you want these certifications? California Online Privacy Provide certifications. We don't know all these things, but these are all US laws. According to US laws, it will ask you, do you want all these certifications basically? If you select the option yes, you need to pay $24 for this. Okay, simply I'm selecting no. Do you want to send emails? No. Do you want to show ads on your site? $24 again. And can users pay for products or services? Do you want to use marketing services? For everything, see, if I say yes means I require to pay now $30, $40 like this. Okay, you want a recapture service? I don't want all these things. Like this, you choose all the options here which are having no payment here, simply no options. Click on the next step. $0. Generate. It will generate your policy value. Copy that. That policy value will be present in that URL actually. Now you're required to bring that to your Facebook. You're required to bring to the Facebook, and in the privacy policy URL, you're required to enter the value. Then only your app will become live. If you want to make your app live, compulsory this privacy policy URL has to be given. Otherwise, this app cannot be, means the app cannot access the Facebook now. Your app cannot access the Facebook until and unless you sign the privacy agreement. And to sign the privacy agreement, what you do? You're required to generate it and use it. So I'm telling clearly, I don't want to publish any ads. I don't want any personal information of the user. I don't collect all these particular things. So simply, we just required to do all the settings, and where privacy policy URL text box, copy that and click on the save changes. Okay. And now you have registered your applications both in Facebook also as well as Google also. And how to know that? They have given you one app secret and app ID, client secret, client ID. If you use them in my application now, if I use them in my application, automatically when my application tries to connect to Facebook, Facebook will check with my app ID, app secret. If they're valid, what it will do? It will immediately give access to Facebook now. And once the login operation is completed, it will send the information back to my app. Okay, see the process. But if you want to use them now, means you're required to enter the app ID, app secret, and all these things. And to do that, you're required to install two new NuGet packages. One is for Google, one is for Facebook. Tomorrow, if you want Twitter, you're required to install Twitter NuGet package separately. For Microsoft, you're required to install the Microsoft NuGet package separately. Okay, so let us go to Tools menu. Guys, have a look. Microsoft.asp.NET Code.authentication. What do you want? Watch. This is for Twitter. Same way, this is for Google, and this for Microsoft. All four. Okay. So first, let me install your Google. And also install Facebook. After you install, the next step is, what the first step, guys? What the first step is? First, we need to customize the login screen for that. Second step, we need to register our applications both on Facebook and Google. Okay. And after registering the application under Facebook and Google, the third step, what you just have here is you just require to install the two packages. The two packages are installed. And once after installing the packages, the next you require to register the services under the program class. You're required to register the services under the program class. Come to program class and register your services. How to? Watch, guys. Builder dot services dot, what service you want? Authentication service. Builder dot services dot add authentication. That is the service what you want to register. Okay. And for this method, you just want what? Google service, Facebook service also. Dot add you install these two only. If you install Twitter, you'll find add Twitter also in this list now. If you install Microsoft, you'll find add Microsoft also in this list. Because I installed only Facebook and Google, I'm finding only the two options. Add Google. And here, you're just required to provide all these two things now. What two things? Just a minute. Options, lambda expression, what are the two values for Google? Client ID and client secret. Na? Client ID. Add no. What are the options dot add? Options dot client ID is equals to enter the value here, and options dot client secret is equals to enter the value here. Okay, I'll enter it, guys. Same way again. Add Facebook. Same story. Options, lambda expression, options dot app ID, options dot app secret. App ID and app secret. Let me copy paste. Is your client ID? And is your client secret. Next, app ID, app secret. App ID and the app secret, all the details. Okay. See, dot Google, dot Facebook. Same way tomorrow, if you have Microsoft, add Microsoft, and you can do the same thing. Okay. What next? In the next step, you're required to add this method now. Which method? In the account controller, in the account controller, what happens? Because now we have done all the configurations now. Now we can just understand all the things. Okay. Run this. Click on the login, click on the Google. And what did I teach you in the last class? You have two different captions for the two buttons. Am I right? So when you click on Google, what happens? When you click on Google, what happens? Third line, back of you. Call him. What are you doing, man? Concentrate in the class or get out of the classroom. Okay? Click on the Google. You just click on the Google now. When you click on the Google, the name, we're given in the name now, yes or not. What is the name we're given? Provide something. And basically, that provider will have the appropriate information now. See there? If I click on the second button, what will bring you? Facebook. This here we are trying to find out whether user clicked on Google button or Facebook button. Now return URL is empty. Why? We directly went to login. When will I get return URL? When I click on add customer or edit customer, then I'll get a return URL. Now I don't have a return URL. Okay. Now it is configuring the URL, guys. See, yesterday to send mails, we configured one URL. Remember, same way it is going to configure a URL. What is it configuring the URL? Just watch. I'll show you. Once after the login action is completed, where it has to come back. It will go to Facebook now, guys. Login is completed. Where should it come back? See there. Account controller and a method called as callback. Any name you like. I called the method as a callback method. So I repeat, guys. What is this one? It is going to specify you once the login is completed, where it has to come back. So now I take you to Google. In Google, you'll enter your Google password. Afterwards, what it has to come now? It has to come to account controller callback. We need to write that method, remember. Okay. So it will configure the URL. Now, see the same sign-in manager. Now we need to call this method. What do you configure? External authentication properties. You are configuring external authentication now. What authentication you want? Google. I want Google authentication. And after that, callback is to tell, after the Google authentication is completed, bring me back to account controller callback. Okay. So this is what? And finally, we need to call this method. What is the method? Challenge result. For the challenge result, when you pass the two values now, it will take you to the Facebook login, Google login. Check it out. You got your Google login. And then you have your options, the MVC customer management. These are all what I entered where now. You understood now? That's why I entered where. I entered a name. That name came. And this name is not the application name. My application name doesn't have spaces. In the next screen, it asked you what should be shown on the consent screen to you. I entered where? What? MVC customer management. Yes. It's asking now what MVC customer management wants to sign in. Means want to take your confirmation to sign into application. So if you want to provide it. Otherwise, ignore it. Are you clear? See now, I'm logging with my Facebook account. Google account. I have enabled two-step verification on my system. So that's why it's asking for the consent. Yeah. And now, coming back now, see the URL, all of you. Are you clear? So where it went? It went to Facebook. And in the Facebook, it asked for the details. And once the details are provided there, it has brought you back again to this location. Now click on Facebook. Earlier we clicked on Google. Now I'm clicking on Facebook. Same story, guys. Now it will go to Facebook now. Check. Open the Facebook login screen. Because my application is registered there. You give a wrong app ID, wrong client secret, it won't work now. All this should be provided correctly. Then only it just opens to you. Now I'm just giving my Facebook ID and my Facebook password. Login. Again, it will complete the login operation, brings you back to the callback. It is asking a review. Are you sure you want to give it? Again, see there. Back to callback. Understood or not? Back to the callback. So in both two cases, you see, first it is taking you there, performing your access, completing your login process, and again bringing you back. So what is my next step now? I should write the callback. What should I do in the callback? I'll tell you. Now you're required to write the callback method. So let us write the callback method. And in the callback method, there is a chance of bringing the return URL. There is a chance of getting the return URL. If return URL is empty, take to index page. If return URL is not empty, take to the appropriate page. Okay. Well, watch, guys. I'm pasting the code, but I'll explain you. We'll explain you the things here. Have a look. Bringing the return URL. See here. It is no longer empty. I'm just simply saying / means take me to the site's home page now. Array, / refers to a project through URL now. Site home page. That is home controller index action. Okay. Well, put a breakpoint once. Come here. Clear the history, guys. Clear all these things. Autofill, site permissions, everything. Why? Because already I entered all the details now. It won't open the login page now because the details are saved. So let me clear the browsing history first. And also, before I show you what happens in the code, let me open SQL Server also. Connect. Select star from. What is the table, guys? ASP.NET users, correct? One user account is there. Another table called as ASP.NET logins. I'll tell you about that. Right now, that logins table is empty. Okay. And it has a few columns here. What is it? Login provider, provider key, provider display name, and user ID. Okay. Some details are there. Okay. Come back here. We have a breakpoint here. Anyhow, let's run this now. What? We'll go with a Google login first. Okay, I cleared off all the history. So again, it will open the Google page and ask you for username and password. Come on, guys. Let's go to login. Click on Google. It is coming here. Already, I'm removing the breakpoint here. I shown you what happens here. Open. So I'm logging with my user ID and with my password. Verification comes. Okay. Now see, now it is back to the method. Earlier we got an error. Why the method callback is not there? Now we have the callback. So came to the callback. Did it bring any return URL? No. Return URL is null. Why? There is no return URL. Directly opened it now. If return URL is null, what I'm doing, see, I'm setting the return URL as /, nothing but my project root. My project root. Okay. Now see, it is going to create you the instance of this class. Which class? Login model. It is going to now create the instance of the login model class. Why, sir? I'll tell you. Afterwards, see there, sign in manager dot get external login info async. What this method will do, you logged in into Google now, na? This is going to collect the information from Google now. It is going to collect the information from Google. See there, it is going to collect the information from Google. And from Google, all the information should come now. And see there, it is bringing you the data from the Google. When you issued expires and all the values, it is going to collect some data from the Google. Is it info null? No, it's not null. Okay, it is not null. Means null when we get, if it is not able to get the data from there now, then what did it show you? Error loading external information return you. I'll stop here. I cannot proceed. Why? Google did not provide me the data. Google did not provide me the data. Why, sir? Could be any reason. Don't know. Google sometimes can be 100% what will guarantee every operation will be successful. But safe side, I put a condition there. That's all. If Google provides me the information, if Google is going to provide the information, what am I doing? External login sign in async. I'm just calling a method and providing these details now. What details? Provider key. Okay. Some other two more values are there. In the development time, we should have saw that. What is it? I'll show you what are those. One is false and one is true. So these are the details I'm just going to give. What will this do? What this is going to do is check. What this is going to do, I'll show you. This is going to first verify. This is going to first verify with this given email ID. With this given email ID, is there any record in the table? Means for this user, is there any record in the table? For which user? One email ID is separated m.Bangar Raju. Yes or not? Is there a user with this particular account or not? It is verifying now. So where is it verifying? It is verifying. It is verifying in the table. Which table? See there is no user with that particular details now. So let's say this operation got failed. This operation got failed. So if it is succeeded, means already the information is present in my records now. Directly I can log in now. No, this operation failed. So now it is coming. Now it is checking. What is it? It is picking the email ID from the information provided from Google. It is picking the information provided from Google. Okay. See, what is the email ID? See? Right. This is what I entered and logged into Google now. Okay. This is the information I provided from Google. Okay. Email not equal to null. Yeah, email is not equal to null. Now it is checking. What is checking? Is there any user in my accounts with this user ID, with this email ID? Present or not? Tell me, guys. You're seeing every step from 3 days now. Do you have a user in your records with this email ID? Yes. Yesterday I registered as a MIT user with this email ID now. Yes or not? Okay. User is present. Because user is present, see, user is not now. What is the name of the user? Giving you, see. Okay. Now, what is it doing here? It is coming here. Add login async. What is it going to do? Add login async. Guys, observe. When I say add login async, it added that information into the logins table. Check it out. It added the record into the logins table. And see, here it has taken that user ID now. See now, both are matching now. Are you clear? Miss, the user who is already registered and the user who is trying to log in by using Google, both are same only. Are you clear? So that's why it made an entry here telling you this user is already available in my records and made an entry. And straight away, you remember this method? Sign in a sync. It will sign in and take you to the page now. See there. Are you clear? It has signed in and taken to the page. Okay. I'll show you another scenario also. Watch. Google. See, this is only the headache. Once clear the history, and if you don't clear the history, second time it won't ask you your password directly. Login is completed using Google, because you know that Google, once you log in next time onwards, directly it will open. Okay, that's it. Clear the history. Now let me show you the second time. Now I will enter a user email account which is not registered in my records. Login, Google. I have another email account. Now tell me, is there any user in your records with this email ID? No, no. Okay, guys. Yeah, lost the connection. Okay, just not on still. On all of Okay. Now you remember I logged in with a complete new email ID, and this email ID is not in my records at all. Yes or not? Okay. Because my this email ID is not in my records. Again, it is checking. This empty now. Return URL is null now also. Okay. Now it is going to take the root. Now creating a login model. Now external login info. It is getting the information from Google. It's getting the information from Google. Information is available. And now it is checking. What is it checking? Is this information available in my table? If the information is available in the table, is a valid user here. Directly logs in into the application now. Okay, but this information is not available. So that is why the sign in async has to be failed. False. It's false now. Okay. Now coming to else part. Now it is getting the email of the user. What the email? Okay. Well, now come inside. Find by email async. Do you have any user in this in your records with this? Which table? Which table? Users table, not login table. Which table? Users table. With users table, do you have any information? No, not available. So user is null. Because user is null, see now, it is creating a user account. It is creating a user account. When will the user account create? Here. Create user. Create user. See now what happened. Check it out. A new user account is created now. Okay. NIT Help Center 1234 and all these particular details. A new user account is right now created. Clear or not? Okay. Now, after creating a new user account, what is the next step? Add login async. Add login async. Okay. So this is going to add you into the logins table now. Added you in the logins table now. Okay. Now sign in async. Check. For external users, email confirmation is not required because Google already done that. Google already done that, man. See, you're coming from Google means that's a valid email ID only. Then why you need confirmation again? Correct or not? See, earlier you did not come from Google, you entered your past user ID. That's correct or not? How do you know? That's a confirmation required. But now how did you come? You went to Google. Google has sent you back now. Then why do you require the email confirmation now? That's a valid email ID only. Then only Google provides you. Correct or not? Okay. So now again, log out. Clear the history once. Guys, try again with this. Now, no need to add record into, ASP.NET users, and no need to add record into ASP.NET logins now. Yes or not? If I use a new mail ID, then these are required. If I use any of these two, the data is present in both the two tables now. Correct? Watch. Login, Google. Entering my password. Three 2092. Okay. Watch. Again, there is no return URL. Created a login model. Next, Get external login info. Got it. Now, external login sign in async. Yes, the sign in is completed here now. Why? Already the details are present here. And observe, guys. No need rest of the steps now. No need rest of the steps. Why? Signing is completed. Directly I'll take you to the home page. Are you clear? See, 3 scenarios I've shown you. What is the first scenario? Google email ID only. But the Google email ID is already available for an existing user. If that is the case, it will make an entry into login table. Second scenario, a complete new ID which is not available. So first it made an entry into, afterwards